Everyone thought she froze under pressure, until the jammed rifle clicked back to life and 50 targets fell like dominoes before anyone could breathe. They wanted to humiliate her. Instead, they witnessed precision turn into vengeance. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. It was supposed to be a friendly training exercise at Fort Brenton. The air shimmered with desert heat, boots crunched against gravel, and somewhere, someone laughed too loud, the kind of laugh that hides cruelty. Lieutenant Mara Keene adjusted her helmet, her pulse steady, her eyes locked on the firing range ahead. It was her first week assigned to Bravo Company, a unit known for excellence and for breaking newcomers, especially the ones they didn't think belonged. When she checked her rifle that morning, everything seemed fine. Clean barrel, smooth action. But what she didn't know was that during a brief moment in the mess hall, 3 soldiers had tampered with her weapon. A childish act meant to teach her humility. They thought she'd choke, panic, maybe even cry. Mara didn't cry. She noticed. The first shot jammed halfway. The metal snapped, the round stuck tight. The watching crowd erupted into laughter, that ugly, hollow kind soldiers use when they've forgotten respect. Captain Harlow smirked from behind his sunglasses. "Looks like our sharpshooter's out of luck," he said loud enough for the recruits to hear. But Mara said nothing. Her mind went still. She felt the weight of every pair of eyes, every whisper. She had trained for chaos. This was just another battlefield. Her fingers worked the jam slowly, deliberately. Each metallic click echoed like defiance. Sweat rolled down her neck. Somewhere in the back of her mind, her father's voice, the man who taught her to shoot, whispered, "You don't win by shouting. You win by steady hands." One by one, she cleared the obstruction, pulled the bolt back, slid the round out, inspected it, breathed. Then, silence. She raised the rifle again. The air shifted. Even the laughter stopped, unsure what would happen next. The first shot cracked through the sky. The far left target spun. Then the next, and the next. A rhythm, sharp and unstoppable. The crowd began counting. 10, 20, 30. Dust clouds rose and hung like ghosts above the field. By the time she hit the 50th target, the only sound left was her breathing. When she lowered the rifle, no one dared speak. The men who had sabotaged her stood pale, their pride shattered by precision. Captain Harlow removed his sunglasses, eyes narrowing, not in anger, but in realization. "You knew," he said quietly. She nodded once. "I saw the residue near the chamber before we started. I wanted to see how far you'd let it go." Her voice was calm, controlled, the kind of calm that unnerves the guilty. Harlow looked around at his men, shame flickering through the ranks. "Pack it up," he ordered. Then, softer, "Lieutenant Keene, report to my office after this." The crowd dispersed slowly, whispers trailing behind her like smoke. Some of them nodded respectfully now. Others couldn't meet her eyes. Inside the captain's office, Harlow stood by the window, arms folded. "They crossed a line," he said. "But you didn't lose your temper. You taught them a lesson I couldn't." Mara's gaze stayed on the horizon outside. "Respect can't be forced, sir. It's earned, and sometimes it's reclaimed." Later that evening, while the sun melted into gold behind the training grounds, a small group of recruits approached her tent. One of them, the same who had jammed her rifle, spoke first. "I'm sorry, Lieutenant. We shouldn't have done that." Mara studied his face. Young, arrogant, but now humbled. She nodded once. "Then don't apologize to me. Earn it. On the range tomorrow." He saluted. And for the first time it was genuine. Because respect isn't demanded, it's revealed in the silence after the last shot. And sometimes, the people you try to break become the ones who remind you what honor really means. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts below. I read every comment, and I'd love to know what this story meant to you.